assigned phase, if you assign a worker to build and the zone you build has not included an arsenal. Arsenal is actually like the one looks like grenade here. So the here arsenal. So basically this card is about if the building tiles has no sign of an arsenal, like maybe here there are 3 refinery here, so they don't have arsenal. So if the building tiles has not include any arsenal sign or arsenal building, you may reduce a building cost by 1. So that means that if I want to build, like for example, like we want to build a refinery here, so I can pay 1 less resource. So maybe here, like maybe if I want to build a house accommodation here, I can pay less of a food, oxygen, or a magma. Yeah, it's good. So if we have Amanda Mohammed here, we have to observe about the building tiles because we draw it out randomly. So each time the setup is different. But we can see here, like there's a lot of, not a lot, like there are 4 tiles that has included, 5, yeah, I didn't see that, sorry. 5 tiles that include about, they have arsenal sign on building tiles. So maybe we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like less than a half building tiles we have here include an arsenal sign. So maybe maybe I think like the effect of June Walker, that character, maybe will be stronger than Amanda Mohammed here. So and that's why I'm deciding to use June Walker here. Yeah, one is all said about the character. Oh damn. Yeah, we have. So after the setup, like we have to think what strategy you will use when you're playing to the game. Then yeah, strategy is quite important. So for June Walker, we have a lot of mines during beginning of the setup phase, where there's only one time use. Sign phase, stage 2, complete building, you may immediately gain 2 fate points. So in this case, we're assuming that for June Walker we're going to have a weak performance on stage 1, and it's short anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So the stage 2 is the more important bit to use it. So maybe my strategy is like that. Maybe we are like building more refinery, or maybe more accommodation in stage 1, and then like give a good stable resource flow accordingly to the workers that we have, because for each return phase, like when you obtain back to the workers, you have to pay 1 each oxygen to the extra workers that we have. So if you have 4 workers, you have to pay 1 oxygen on each return phase, and if you have 5 workers that are signed out, you have to pay 2 oxygens. So yeah, maybe like people doesn't mean anything, but yeah, if you have strong resource flow, that maybe it's good idea to have more people to use to sign. So maybe okay, grab that back first. Okay, so let's say if we want to have strong resource flow set out in stage 1, by building, like having more resource. Because we have a short stage one, so probably for stage one we start getting more stable resource. Sorry, got pep. Maybe stabilized resource flow may be a better idea to do it. So okay, oh damn. Sorry. We have 5 mines and a set of phase here. Okay, move my camera here so you guys can see it. Okay, got a low battery. Dang. So I'll make it. I'll make things short. So maybe like to assign workers. Because we have mines and oxygen at the beginning, like to build to build an accommodation in stage 1. I probably need to use more of the mines and oxygen, also the magma, but because we don't have any of this. Oh yeah, we have 3 oxygens provided each time when players in the set of phase. So probably we'll have like maybe the food field is good to have it, because you can, because for the new rules that we have, we can directly place a resource from the board. And then also about the resource market, we have 4 food that we can have. So for placing 4 food in the inventory. And then like maybe the next step we'll do is probably placing magma, because I can see magma here. Like we have resource market showing that's 4 for magma. So, and also we need to use it, so 4 is always better than 3, I assume. Yeah, I'm placing it into the bag like that. And then the last work that I have probably will do the refined work. So the reason, like for the background information about why we have to involve a refine process here, is totally because like when the scientists arrive to a planet, like they know, like they have the resource, the raw material resource out there, but they have to be refined to detoxic about the resource and make it good use, like human safely use. And that's why we have the refine process here. So refine here at the beginning, without the setup we can refine 5 resources here. So I draw that out. 5. Oh dang, we have got 3 magma and 2 food here. So that's what we have here, like that. It's like we have here 4 magma resource, 3 food here, 3 oxygens, and 5 mines here. So, and then like we once every player finished the assigned phase, then they collected. Oh, so out there, that's quite far away. So if you have 4 workers, you have to pay an extra oxygen to get the worker back. Well, and the next step I probably and then back to assigned phase, yeah. And then the next step that we're going to do is probably to do the build, because we'll have the resource, we have enough resource to build. But yeah, so let's get the build done. For the here we have like you can see the different color for the resource here. We have turn starter here, and also about the build, market, and submit quest here in different color. That means that for the white color, white placement slot here, if it is appeared in white, that means that you don't have to roll Dice of Hunger. What is Dice of Hunger do? Oh shit! My bad. Destroy anything and everything. Wow, we have a dead people here. Oh, poor him. Okay, yeah. So, we'll talk about like about about like the Dice of Hunger. Yeah. So for the yellow boxes, you have to roll Dice of Hunger. So any numbers appear after you roll it, so you have to place one. You have to place one resource back into inventory, which is your bag. So if I rolled 1 as I appear here, maybe because I have a lot of mines probably, and I don't need to use it to get an accommodation, to build an accommodation, so I'll just put it back in the bag. Oh yeah, one important rule that you cannot look what's in the inventory because it's toxic. If you look at it, you die. Well, that's what the rule said. Kidding. So I rolled it 1 after I rolled the Dice of Hunger. So I'll pay like a food and oxygen and 2 magma here, and back to here to the little box that we have together the resource. And then like we get here, we have oh yeah, we have what we have here. This is the building blocks that we have, which there's 6 sides of it. Like the one like looks like a house is the accommodation. Looks like a satellite. It's the refinery, and looks like a grenade, and it's called arsenal. And this is multi-purpose plant because it's like a hexagon here, like nothing and blank. So that will be the multi-purpose plant. And then like we have also prepared like for extension if we can, for extension, like because we already have a few ideas about like the extension bit. Like we have here, we have the icon here like a plant, and here like an industrial logo, a plant logo. So maybe, well, we can't talk about the extension a lot, but yeah, I'm promising you it's quite interesting. So we have here the building accommodation, and we pay the resource. So in the building tiles here, like we have a accommodation here, and here and here. So some of the building tiles they have, their peers have two plot for the buildings, and some of the tiles they have 3 plot for building. The reason is like we give you a randomized about the building tiles, and like people can decide, oh, if they want a short games, like they can place the building here. And if they want a long game, like maybe like me, I want to stabilize the flow, we then blah blah blah, we just place here. So I don't know, keep it in short, like my camera's run out battery. So yeah. So after I build here, so for example, I'll immediately have an extra worker placed into my station like here. So we have here 1 assigned workers out there on build, and then an extra person placed here, so another 2 workers here. So at the moment, like what am I thinking is probably I need to maybe stabilize the oxygen field, because in the next round, in the end of this round, like we have to pay 1 oxygen each for the extra worker that we have to return. So maybe like probably a good idea for me to stabilize the resource flow by placing it to get the oxygen field directly placed here, and then like the oxygen must be 3 because that's what it says here, and we don't have the number, the resource market. We don't have the oxygen here because we think like oxygens cannot be traded. One thing is only generated by the machines, and yeah, you also need to refine it. So, but because oxygen is keeping people to get the resource, like, because if you can trade oxygen, it is quite imbalanced. Like you can trade oxygen, yeah, so you don't need to obtain it, and then you can feed your workers. So we think it's like, oh my god, this is too imbalanced. So next step we have here. So by looking at our resource, like we don't have any litter, but we can do some other things. Like instead of building, well, let's try, because we haven't tried about doing the quest yet. So we look here. We have 3 quests on the submit quest here. I'll give you a good show round here. So based on what we have, what material we have here, we have 2 magma, 2 food, 3 oxygens, and 4 mines. Because we don't have any litter, we probably won't consider here. And well, there's a 2-bit like we have to understand about the quest card. First thing is about the resource that we have to pay in here. So in here we have to pay, as the quest card showed on here. We have to, if we want to complete the quest, we have to pay 2 mines and 1 oxygen. And what you have about the of the effect here is like this little logo here. We have, once you complete the quest, you can refine 2 materials to station. And that's what it shows here. Any other one is any other effect on the other card in here. It shows like once you finish paying by the 2 mines and 1 food, like you can adjust market by 1 move. And then probably I think, because we need some more resource, so probably